Hello, fellow and future weirdos of the flock. Welcome to my party pen. Welcome. Come in, leave your shoes on, press the like button, stop in the kitchen to get you some keep other people alive juice. There is protein and is a blender. I just didn't make any. So feel free to make you some. And if you make the last cup of the keep other people alive juice, make a new pot. Please don't use all the protein. Don't use all the protein powder, please. Where we left off yesterday, uh God was raining manna and quails from heaven for the people. And for 40 years. But he told them to keep a jar of it so that it could be passed down from generation to generation, right? That's where we left off on chapter 16. So, welcome if you're new here. I am Nikki K the Great. This is my party pen where I will be reading you the story of the Bible in a very immature and inappropriate way. It should be great. We are going on today, Exodus chapters 17 and 18. So, pack a bowl. I got a bowl kind of pack, and I have cigarettes. So, if you need a cigarette, come up here and get one. You have your juice, right? The bowl is packed. So, let's get. Oh, we don't need to get ready. We stayed ready, right? Okay. So, here we go. All right. Did you take your medicine? Oh, you need a second? Okay. All right, your second's up. We are on chapter 17. On the edge of 17. Listen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But this is a fun chapter. Okay. And all the congregation of the vampires journeyed from sin after their journeys according to the commandments of the Lord, and pitched and Rephidim. 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 And there was no water for the people to drink. Okay. This part is going to end up being important, and I'm going to tell you why as soon as we read it. Okay. And Rephidim. And there was no water for the people. Wherefore, okay, wherefore the people did chide with Moses and said, give us water that we may drink. And Moses was like, the fuck you asking me for? Like, God lives with us. What the fuck are you asking me for? Yeah, because the people don't know. They could just be like, hey, big guy, I need some water. So instead, they go to what they believe is the personification of God. But I do not know if Moses is the actual personification of God. Although Moses did tell, God told Moses, you're going to be like a god in Pharaoh's eyes. But it turns out Moses is like a god in the people's eyes. I don't know why he said that. I don't know why he said you're gonna be like a god to Pharaoh. When Pharaoh was like, fuck this guy. But these guys are thinking that he is some kind of god or something. Anyway, and the people thirsted there for water, and the people murmured against Moses. Yes. And they said, why the fuck did you bring us up here? Are you trying to you're trying to kill us, and then you're trying to kill our kids and our kids' kids and our kids' kids. You're up to no good, dude. Listen, we live long time, and then there's no water. Now we live short time. Listen, this guy, right? And Moses cried unto God. He's like, the fuck, big guy. Listen, these people. And then God's like, and God said, go before the people and take with you all the elders of the vampire and your rod, the rod of God, and go. Behold, I will stand before you upon a rock in Horeb, and you will smite the rock, and there will come water out of it, that the people may drink. And Moses did in the sight of the elders. Okay, get comfy. Get comfy. Listen, I'm not fall backwards in my chair. Okay. This thing with chords. I'm gonna ask Dustin, like, can I get a headphone without a cord? Because I am highly irresponsible. And I forget I'm wearing this thing and then pull my computer. But then it doesn't pull it off. It like pulls my head back. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm wearing headphones. Uh, it's a whole thing all the time. It really is. Anyway, we got to pay attention to this rock. So Moses hit the rock in the sight of all the elders, and he called the name of the place Mesa and Meribah. It doesn't see. And certain words, it doesn't give you a pronunciation. Whereas a lot of the words, it gives you a pronunciation. But these words, Meribah, maybe it's because you're just supposed to say it. So it would be Massa and Meribah. Because of the chiding of the vampires. Because they tempted the Lord, saying, is this the Lord among us or not? Well, yeah, it is, because obviously he lives with you, you dumb motherfuckers. Listen. Then came Amalek and fought with the vampires and Rephidim. And Moses said to Joshua, this is our Joshua. This is our big guy. Listen. This is our guy. Joshua, he's our guy. Listen, I imagine him big and muscular, strong, looking like Russell Crowe from Gladiator. Oh, man, he is a wet dream personified. And that's what I picture our little Joshua looks like. And Moses told him, choose out men, choose us men, and go out to fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of God in my hand. So Joshua did. Uh, so Joshua did what Moses told him and fought with Amalek. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And it came to pass when Moses held up his hand that Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. So can you see it? Like Moses, like, I just, but Moses' hands were heavy. So they took a stone and put it under him. And he said thereupon, Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands, one on one and one on the other. And his hands were steady until the going down of the sun. And Joshua discomfited. See, this doesn't have a pronunciation either. Discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. Okay, Amalek is also from Jews. Remember, we read the names, and I believe Amalek was a name. So these people come from Jews too. And the Lord said to Moses, write this down, take a little note to remind yourself in case you didn't know. Remember what I forgot to say. Write this down. That's that's not what God said. That's what George Strait said. Oh, I'm fucking terrible. Okay. Okay. And the Lord said to Moses, write this down. No. He said, write this for a memorial and a book called Das Bibli, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua. That's our Joshua, beautiful guy. For I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. Then why would he write it down? Because obviously they're going to remember these fucking people. Listen, I'm not cussing at you, big guy. I'm cussing at the words. Listen, you already did this, so really it doesn't matter what the fuck I say. Right? It doesn't matter. Well, it does matter. Okay? It matters. But these Amalek people come from a Jew. They're not Jews. They're not Jews. But I'm using that colloquial because they're not Hebrews and they end up becoming Jews. Well, not these people, obviously, because the people that are Jews now of our Babylonian descent. But these people actually become, well, they breed Jews. So, no, yes, no. No, because by the time the Romans and all that shit come, they're Babylonian. So now I don't. But they're not fucking Hebrews. I'm just calling them vampires. I'm sorry. And the Lord said to Moses, write this down, rehearse it in the ears of Joshua, because I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. Well, then why does he write it down? Listen. And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Jehovah his Sihah, sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. So why would a vampire get rid of another vampire? Or are these like the lichen vampires? Half vampire, half werewolf? No, because the werewolves are Judean. So can these Amalek be mermaids? The vampires fight the mermaids. That is the best ever. Anyway, we're going to pause right here. Okay? We're going to get a refill. We're going to go pee. We're going to smoke a cigarette. And we're going to repack this bowl. So just give me 1 second. All right. Wait. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm retarded. I actually took my headphones off this time and then forgot to put them back on when I press play because I am retarded. So listen, this is what happens next. When Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, his name is not Jethro. He's Secret Service. He's Ancient Secret Service. He's Ancient Part 2 Secret Service. Okay. So Jethro heard all of what God had done for Moses and for the vampires, his people. And the Lord had brought Israel out of Egypt. Then Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took Zipporah, Moses' wife, after he had sent her back. Why did he send her back? Shouldn't she have suffered along with these people? Listen, why would he send her away? Why couldn't he have sent other people away? Send the complainers away so they can tell everybody. But okay. But he sent back his sons of also. One of them was Gershom. Because he said, I have been an alien in a strange land. And the name of the other was Eleazar. Eleazar. I was Eleazar. Eleazar. When he was my help and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh. Yeah, see, Pharaoh. So the little triangle means Pharaoh. Fair. So that also means long A. Listen. Shouldn't that be the line? The little line? It's a Pharaoh. Okay, I don't know. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, also came with his sons and his wife unto Moses into the wilderness. So Jethro knows the way to where the vampires are. But some of the vampires can't escape. Listen. They're complaining, but they know the way out and they stay. Well, that's their own fucking fault. Okay. So Jethro knew where they were in the wilderness, where he camped at the Mount of God. Okay, so mount is different than mountain, right? The mount is the littler mountain, right? And he said to Moses, listen, I'm your father in law, and I came to you with your wife and her two sons. So why do you have to tell him your listen, I'm your father in law. I know I had the other name before, but while I'm on duty, I am Jethro. And I brought you your wife and kids because I gotta go. So Moses went out. Well, he said this, so why is he going to meet? Okay. So he did the face thing and kissed him. And they asked each other of their welfare. And they came into the tent. How did he say all this? And then Moses, shouldn't it have been Moses went out first and then the father in law says all this? Listen, this is backwards. And so Moses told Jethro everything that had happened and all the Pharaoh stuff and everything. But God did all this for the vampire's sake and all the travail that had come upon them by the way, and how the Lord has delivered them. And Jethro rejoiced because the shit is awesome. I wish I could have seen it. And Jethro said, Baruch Ship Adonai. No, he probably didn't. He probably said, Baruch Adonai. Something like that. Who, okay, God bless God, who delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians. And blessed be God who delivered the people from under the Pharaoh. Why do you need to say that twice? But okay. Now, I know that the Lord is greater than all gods. Look, look, look. The Lord is greater than all gods. Why don't Christians realize that there are other gods and they are bad guys, and we have to remind the Lord that he is awesome. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Probably not in a minute. It's going to be a little while. There is 40 chapters and we're on 18. I'm not even going to try to math. I am so bad at it. But what's 40 minus 18? 40 plus 18. I think it's 40 minus 18, right? I don't know that math. 22. I don't know. It might be 22. Oh my God. 32. No, it might be 22. Oh, I'm so retarded. But anyway, there are other gods for and God is greater than all the gods. For in the thing, hold on. Now I know that the Lord is greater than all the gods because the Egyptians dealt proudly with the vampires. And Jethro, the father in law, took a burnt offering and sacrifices for capital G Aaron came, all the elders of the vampires, to eat bread with Moses' father-in-law before God. Bread is right above God. I just listen. I read it wrong. And it came to pass on tomorrow that Moses sat to judge the people, and the people stood by Moses from the morning to the evening. And when Moses' father-in-law saw that he did to all the people. Okay, so Moses' father-in-law saw that he judged all the people and said, "What the fuck are you doing? Why are you by yourself? This has got to be terrible. Oh, this is a whole thing. No way. What? No. You should have other people with you." And he probably pointed his finger in Moses' face, like, "What are you doing, you young kid, you young whippersnapper? Get off my lawn." Ha ha ha. I will bet that's what he said. Ha ha ha. That's probably not what he said. Okay. And Moses said, "Back off." That's not what he said. He said, "Because the people come to me to inquire of God." Why? They could just do it. They could just be like, "Hey, big guy in the water." And when they have a matter, they come unto me. And I'm like, "Yeah, this guy." And and then I tell them, like, God's like, don't do this thing. Don't hump your neighbor's sheep." That's not what he said. And Moses' father-in-law said, "This is not good." Literally, that's what it said. Moses' father-in-law said, "What you're doing is not good." He's like, "This bad. This no good. This bad." Because you're going to wear away, both you and this people. This is with you. For this is too heavy. You don't do this alone as a bad guy, no. Listen to me. I will give you counsel, and God will be with me. For, okay, God will be with me for the people. Hold on. Listen to me. I will give you counsel, and I shall be with you for the people to Godward. To Godward. Okay, so I'll teach the people how to be godly with you. And you may bring the causes unto God. And you shall reach them. No, you shall teach them ordinance and laws. And you will show them the way they must walk, and the work they must do. You shall provide out of all the people able men that fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place over them to be rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds. So you're gonna set these motherfuckers up in platoons. Is that the word, platoon? I'm in platoon A. Something like that. I don't know. It might be something like that. Terrible. And let them judge the people all seasons. And it shall be that every great and small, no, every great, hold on, every great matter they will bring unto you, but every small matter they take care of, so to be easier, and they will bear the burden with you. If you shall do this thing, God commanded you, so then you will be able to endure, and all your people shall go to their place in peace. I think I read that right, but that is a lot of fucking words. That is a lot of words. It's Exodus 18, 19 to 23, 22. 19 to 22, chapter 18 of Exodus. That was really wordy, and I don't know if I read that right. But pretty much, Jethro was saying, don't do this by yourself. Make other people. Make platoons. And if you do this thing, and God commanded you, then you shall be able to endure. And all this people, and all this people will go to their place in peace. So Moses listened to what Jethro said and did it. And Moses chose able men out of all Israel and made them heads over the people, rulers of thousands, hundreds, fifties, and tens. And they judged the people all the time. But the hard causes they brought to Moses. And Moses let Jethro know. And Moses let Jethro depart, and he was sent to his own land. Oh, we did a good job. It's almost, oh no, it's over 33 minutes. Anyway, I don't have anything to say. Wow, first time ever. Well, my son, he left all the dishes in his room, and he brought a week's worth of dishes out of his room this morning before he went to work. And I'm like, what the fuck? One dish a day, I swear to God. And he's like, no, this is one a day for a week. I'm like, and you brought them all out today? Oh my God, asshole. And then he went to work, so I texted him and apologized. And I was like, that was a good job, but not really. And I said it just like that. It was a good job, but not really. Bring them out when you're done. And they're not going to, because they're assholes. And I'm sure there's like a month worth of dishes in my daughter's room. And honestly, I'm not going in there and cleaning her room. That is her responsibility. So if her dishes get moldy and gross, they're going in the garbage. And I told her she can't eat in her room, but she eats in her room anyway. So does a boy. Anyway, thank you for watching. I love you. Keep your head down, your nose clean, your shoes tied. Learn word magic and don't get ready. Stay ready. Love you. Bye.